Dun, 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 dun. Hello.
Hey.
We're live again.
Yes, we are.
We're in the house alone.
It's so quiet.
London's at her grandma's house.
Yep. Hey, London. Hey, Yahoo Mail. It's telling us we're live.
All right, let's just start doing the updates.
Yeah.
First, so my car is at 75,000 miles.
Woo! You get around.
A little over 3 years, 75,000 miles, 712 Uber rides, 515 Lyft rides total.
Yep.
The only issues I've had is the driver's seat is a little squeaky,
Squeaky.
and those DRL headlights, they're starting to fade out again. And until they have like a permanent solution, I'm not even gonna worry about it. It doesn't affect me. I don't care.
Mine look nice.
Your car has 12,000 miles on it.
I go nowhere.
I mean, you're doing pretty good. You haven't had it a year yet. 12,000 is like the average per year.
You probably was driving my car all over the place when I was gone.
We went to New Orleans a couple times for Drive Electric Week.
You putting miles on my car.
And you're about to get your tax credits.
Woo!
$37.50. Didn't quite get in time for the full tax credit. But at least we get something. And our taxes were rejected 3 times this year. This is news to you.
I know. I'm shocked.
The first time I tried to do them, TurboTax wouldn't let me do it because the tax credits for the cars weren't ready. Then I did it, and then they let me do it, and they rejected it because they still weren't ready. And then I did it, and then they rejected it again because London's social security number was wrong because she is now adopted.
What? We parents, y'all.
So she's officially adopted, and so I had to put her old name on there. So,
Don't speak it.
oh yeah, her birth name.
Don't go there.
Yeah. Solar panels. Till this day, we've produced 24.02 megawatt hours, which is good for $2,116.
Yay!
That's enough energy to run a refrigerator for 14 years.
We'll never have. Hey, Jonah.
That's Jonah? Oh. Jonah, did he share this video with us? Is
Yes,
that
he
what that
did.
is?
Yes, he did. I
Hey,
believe
Jonah. So London may be watching.
Hey, London. Go to bed.
Okay, so what have we missed in almost a year?
It's been that long.
Well, Tesla stock exploded to almost $1,000.
And we ain't got none of it.
And it did that just in time for the coronavirus to kind of come in and ruin the stock market. And it happened right as they were opening their plant in China. And they get all their battery cells for the Model S and X in Japan. And they're kind of limiting travel around the world, and they're getting ready to start construction on a new factory in Germany. It's kind of a mess. I wouldn't be surprised if their Q1 numbers. Q1 usually isn't very, very good for Tesla anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're down even more this coming quarter.
Coronavirus gets you every time. Who? But if I gotta hear about that coronavirus anymore, please.
They also had a little drama with the taking of autopilot back from a car that had it, then the person sold it, and then the new person had autopilot and Tesla took it back because the car wasn't supposed to have autopilot, even though it had autopilot in the configuration, but they never actually paid for it. It's a weird thing. If I was them, I wouldn't have did it. I don't think it was worth the negative publicity, but
Hey, people still buying them cars,
weird little stories like that come out all the time.
right?
Good news was the increase in the range.
Yeah, that was weird. That just happened quietly.
Yeah. Model S, 390 miles. It'll probably be over 400 by the end of the year.
That's insane.
Model X, 351 miles. Model 3, 322 miles. That's not insane. It's ludicrous.
Sure got an appetite for some corn lately. Corny jokes.
Yeah, I like the way they're increasing the range. But the thing I don't like is the Model S and the Model X cost in the neighborhood of $23,000 more. Like the cheapest Model S costs $23,000 more than the most expensive or the performance Model 3. And the Model 3 still charges better. It still technically has a better battery, and they're being stubborn and they won't put it in the Model S and X.
We don't want your battery anyway.
Really don't care for that. The Model S and X can't really use version 3 supercharging.
We don't want to use it anyway.
And that's pretty lame.
We don't want it anyway.
Speaking of version 3 supercharging, Louisiana now has a version 3 supercharger.
Moving on up.
Sorta.
To the east side.
It's in Lafayette. And it's exactly where I kind of thought they would put it. They put it in probably the best location of, like, as far as like where it is in the city, probably the best location of all of them in the state, because we've been to all of them.
I'll never find it.
It's one of the easiest to find.
I'll never find it.
You can't miss it.
I'll never find it.
But you can't really rely on it right now because sometimes people go there and it lets people charge, but it's showing that it's not operational on the map. So it's really hit and miss. It's probably not something you should rely on until it gets that full lightning bolt symbol on the map.
We're not moving on up. We stale.
And another thing about the range thing, I kind of wish they would bring back the standard range S and X and then lower the price, and they can get within that 23,000 gap they have between the 3 and the S. Because when they initially sold the car, like one of the selling points was most people only drive 40 miles a day. But now if you want a Model S, you really can't go anything lower than 390 miles. And I'm pretty happy with the 230 miles that I get now. And I'm not even driving Uber and everything. I'm not even close to ever needing to charge or I need to go or worrying about going empty. Except one time, which was a couple weeks ago. When I was doing Uber, I guess it was really busy and I was just accepting ride requests and I wasn't paying attention, and I accepted a ride to New Orleans. And I had about 90 miles charge left. And I usually need around 100 to make it to New Orleans. Like just to have room for traffic and then to make it to Slidell so I can supercharge. So I threw the dice out there and I said I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm about to interrupt you.
What?
We don't have commenting turned on. We don't have commenting turned on.
Oh.
We made a mistake. I made a mistake.
Okay.
Do we start over? Part 2.
Okay.
We're rusty. We're rusty.